Welcome to today's live stream. Today we are going to be talking about the question, can student pilots get married in school? Is it allowed? Is marriage actually allowed? So if you're here, just let me know, leave your name. I can already see some people's comments. Okay, if you're here, just let me know your name. Can student pilots actually get married in flight school? That's what we're going to be discussing today. I can see 2 people are already here, 3 people here already. Welcome, guys. Just make sure you leave your name. Fair Gorgeous Beauty, welcome. Okay, I can see 2 other persons are here. Just let me know your name. We are going to be dealing with this topic because I'm sure that a lot of ladies are thinking about this. If I start flight school today, am I allowed to get married? And some guys are also thinking about it, okay, with my age and everything. Oh, welcome, Ephraim. It's nice having you here today. Welcome to today's live stream. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as usual. And we are going to also be answering some questions at the end of the video, but this topic is very, very important and I thought we should discuss about it. Is marriage allowed while you're in flight school? Is it possible for you to get married while you're in flight school? And not just that, ladies also want to know, so that we don't take it that it's a ladies thing, in the sense that okay, maybe the ladies, they kind of consider their age and all that, because most of the time if you leave from secondary school you still have much time, but if you come to flight school from university, sometimes you don't have the age thing, that the ladies age kind of a thing, so they'll be thinking that, oh, their time is going. Edo Timothy, welcome. My day was fine, thank you very much for asking. My day was very, very fine. And though I didn't get flight today, but I know I had, in fact, it was awesome. My roommate actually got her CPL today, and I'm giving her a shout out to our Hill Carry. Congratulations. And so we had lots of celebration and everything. So not only that, some guys are asking that question, okay, am I allowed, if peradventure I want to get married in flight school, is it possible? Am I allowed? So we're going to be touching some little touches of all this. The number one thing, oh, you're me away, welcome. It's nice having you guys. Thank God it's Friday and a lot of persons are here tonight. It's really nice having you guys here tonight. When is your graduation? Sincerely, graduation. Thank you very much. It's Ephraim. Thank you very much. Yeah, she'll hear. Congratulations to her. She'll hear. Okay, there's no there's no graduation date anywhere until you fly. That's how NCAT does it anyways. They don't have a specific graduation date. So until you fly to a stage where you get your CPL and your IR, MER, that's your instrument rating and your multi-engine rating, you cannot graduate. So for graduation date, until I get my MER, IR, I cannot graduate. So there's no specific graduation date. So until I meet these requirements, I am not a graduate of Nigerian College of Aviation Technology. So for now we are still here. And until we get that, we can move. Oh, thank you very much. I saw that on Instagram. Yeah, I saw that you also follow on Instagram, and that's pretty nice. Thank you very, very much. Your comments, I see them. Your messages, I see them. Thank you so much. And if you're not following me on Instagram, my official, okay, actually there's a Princess Anu-TV account on Instagram. I also have my personal handle on Instagram, Blessed Blair 1 on Instagram. You can also check my account. I post just aviation stuff mainly there, but on the Princess Anu-TV I post aviation stuff, motivational stuff, and just 1 or 2 other things on that page so you can actually follow. So now guys, back to the topic of the day, and you can bring in your questions during the course of this so that we can discuss about it together. Now, marriage definitely is a good thing, and I don't think, or I know that the school organization, that's the school, the college, whether NCAT, whether anywhere in the world, doesn't stop anyone from getting married. In fact, why I say they don't stop anyone from getting married, there are some people currently as student pilots that are married. There are some people also currently as student pilots that are also planning to get married. Guys, I really don't know of any girl for now, but guys, I know like there are people that are married and people like are planning to get married. So the college, the institution, the flying school organization, whether here in the world, outside Nigeria, doesn't stop you from getting married. The only thing you have to consider is you getting married, how is it going to affect? I think that's what most of the time the kind of questions they ask. Do you know, it's even funny enough that if you're not doing so well academically, like maybe flight school wise, that's what I'm trying to say, they can even call you to ask things like, is there anything distracting you? But I don't know, they do that in NCAT anyways. I really don't know if they do that outside here. You just see an instructor will call you and start asking you questions like, is there anything distracting you? Are you having like any issues, emotional wise, relationship wise, all those kind of talks? Even in ground school, like sometimes they'll call you and ask you those kind of questions because they hope that you're not married and probably you don't have any issues, so why should you be having like educational problems or educational challenges? Maybe you're not passing a course very well, or you're not doing your flying very well. They just feel, no, this person is distracted, let's call her or let's call him and ask questions. Okay, Edda Timothy, what if you get married? How can you train the child in aviation school because it's challenging? Exactly the point. Exactly the point. So I think this one has to do with the ladies more, but because they are the ones that like have the child and how they can. In ELO, I learned that in ELO, the moment you are pregnant, your license ceases to be in force. So if as a lady, because I know a lot of ladies, like they're worried about this part and they're like, okay, what if I come to train? Can I get married? What if I have a child? Okay, pregnancy and all that. What I have learned in ELO says that once you're pregnant, your license ceases to exist, except for any other country, unless the aviation authority there gives permission for you to fly with your pregnancy. You definitely cannot do that. Your license ceases to exist. So now, just like you said, how can you now train a child or take care of, not even train now, let's use the word, even take care of a child and flying? I'm going to say the truth is that that is going to be very, very challenging, because even without the child, on your own, taking care of yourself and flying, it's a bit challenging. Like, it's a lot of work getting to put yourself together, to fly, to come out excellently. It's so much, you need so much concentration. You need to, there are a lot of things that are involved, guys. A lot of things. Even as a single, you alone, there are a lot of things you cannot manage. Not to talk of when you are managing an extra person, when you're managing someone else. Guys, I'm telling you, it can really be very, very challenging. And not just that, how are you going to, though there are people that are super, like people that are very super, but the main thing is that definitely during the course of your pregnancy, you're not going to be a flight student anymore, because you will likely be asked to stop training. If you're pregnant, definitely you will not be allowed to fly. so you end up stopping your flight training. So if you can get married quite all right. Now getting pregnant, that's where the challenge comes into place. In flight school, definitely student pilots are not allowed to be pregnant during flight training. So, if you're thinking about getting married in flight school, I don't think it's any much of a challenge. So far, you know you can handle it. So far, you know it's something that is really going to be nice for you. These things is it doesn't just affect guys, because I can see that you're me away. You're laughing. You're laughing. Actually, it doesn't just affect ladies. You know, when you become a family man, there are a lot of responsibilities on you. And just like the way we see our parents trying to run around things, trying to settle this, settle that, trying to put things together, I'm sure that's how it affects just any man that has a family to take care of. So sometimes it's not that rosy, or it's not that easy, or it's not that things don't go smooth like that just the way you think. You just think, okay, because you're not the lady, you're not going to be pregnant too. You just get married. And so I think it's a decision. If you're in flight school, if you're under flight training, I think it's a decision that you need to consider with open eyes and with much planning and much thinking. Because if you make it, it's not something that you can just do and jump out. Definitely we know that marriage is something that if you're in there for life, and you're in there all the way. So it's something that you have to make a decision that, okay, can I handle this thing at this time? And another thing I think you should consider is, if you can wait till after flight training, why wouldn't you just want to wait, instead of packing a lot of things together and not doing your flight training well, and also not doing the marriage part very well? I can see more people are joining us. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining today's live stream. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, it's very, very important. And you can ask your questions tonight. But tonight we're talking about marriage. Can I actually get married in flight school during flight training? Is it allowed for you to get married? And I just finished saying that getting married in flight training, there's nobody that stops you from getting married. The only problem that comes with it is, can you handle it with handling flight training? That's where the problem comes. And as ladies, we all know that you cannot fly with pregnancy. So these are some things that you have to like consider, because a lot of persons want to come and do this flying, but when you think of life in general affecting the flying, they begin to they want to like not do it again. And I think that's not a good reason to like chicken out, like to feel that, okay, I'm not doing again. It's something that can be planned. It's something that you can decide and say, okay, I'm going to be here for 2 years, and so every other thing, okay, maybe can wait till after the 2 years. Or if you think you can handle it, then good and fine for you. But the truth is, nobody, guys, nobody stops you. In fact, the school is even likely to sponsor your wedding. As far, definitely, as a student, you invite your instructors, your friends, and all that. The place is going to be full. Everybody's going to be happy. Wow, this person is getting married, blah blah blah, all that. But just after the marriage, just be sure that you are able to like handle yourself. You're able to still perform even much more better, because now everybody's eyes is there, and they're like, okay, before he or she got married, I think he was doing well, or I think she was doing well. So why is he or she like having this issue that they are having now? So these are some things that people will have to start watching, so that people don't put themselves in your matter, like calling you to ask you questions like, are you sure you're okay? Are you sure you're fine? Are you sure it's not just this marriage of 15 that is affecting you? That's what I'm trying to say, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. So I would like to know your view. If you're going to be joining flight school or entering flight school this year or next year, will you want to be? Like, do you think you can get married in flight training? Okay, Yomi, I will, even being a university student with pregnancy is very challenging. Actually, but do you know the funny thing? I saw a lot of ladies that while in university they were pregnant, or they were, some, most of them, like, they were married, and they were able to cope very well. There are people that just know how to manage issues. I think they have this superpower of knowing how to just manage it. I really don't know how they do it. Seriously, I don't know how they do. They just know how, like, they manage issues. They just put things together. Like, they're so good at it. They're so good at it, guys. They are so good at it. So if you think you can do it and manage other things, then fine, that would be super super nice. But if you can't, I would advise you not to put yourself in that position. These are things that can wait, and it will be better and sweeter when you have enough time to, like, put all these things together. So, Yomi Awe, I would like to know your view. Do you think you can, like, advise anyone or yourself? Can you actually get married in flight school? Because this is discussion now. Let's not make it like any hard and fast to eat. Edo Timothy, if you're still here, I want to know. Ephraim, if you're still here, just let us know your view. Fair Gorgeous Beauty, if you're still here, let's know your view. Like, do you think is something that is advisable? How do you think about it? What perspective do you see with all these things I've said? What perspective do you see about, getting married in flight school or during flight training? Then we'll not treat some other questions that were asked, so that, you know we can go over to other things. Okay, please talk about the management more, because I'm still thinking about this, getting married in NCAT school. As in, when you mean management, like, what aspect of the management do you mean? Like, the management accepting your proposal, or what? I really don't get that. You're me away, I can't. Okay, imagine you as a guy, you're saying you can't, definitely. So I wonder what a lady, like, it's going to be thinking about. I wish we had, like, more ladies here. I would like to, like, know their view, because I think we ladies, we are the ones that, like, face it more. But, the thing is that I think the marriage of a thing is not just like a bus stop. It's not something that you just get and you just stay there, like, you're just there. It's something that you move over with life. Like, it follows you just all along, like, all along you just move over with life. So it's not, to me, if you feel you can manage activities, I think it's fine. Okay, managing school activities and house activities. Okay, how to manage your school activities. Okay, the truth is that before you even decide to get married, like, you would have known your position. When I mean position, you would have known, like, what stage you are in, and what more is left for you. If peradventure you're in PPL stage, you're flying for like 4 hours, you're going to be flying for like 5 hours airborne. Sometimes you can even fly 8 hours. Maybe you fly 4 hours in the morning, you fly 4 hours in the evening, because you're trying to, like, build your time. Not only that, after the hour building part of it, you have to come for your CPL, doing diversion here and there. And see, flying, most of these aircrafts that we use for training doesn't have AC in it, especially the one you used to start the training, like the TB9s. I think even the Cessnas too. We don't have Cessnas here, but I'm just saying, like, every other part of the world, even set on a normal day for a normal human being that is carrying only herself. Then imagine carrying a child inside you and trying to, or that's what I think. So I'm talking about the management now. It's not really going to be that flexible. That's the word. It's not going to be that flexible. And now, how are you going to manage class? Let's assume you're in ground school. I think you can do that thing if you want to be in ground school. So you can get pregnant and stay in ground school and it will be totally fine, because in ground school you don't need to fly, you just need to read your books, come to class, right? Okay, get married in flight school, and he can't advise anyone of, if he can't do that, I'm sure he can't advise anyone to do that. I'd like to know your points. Welcome guys, I can see more persons are joining us. Just I'd like to know your view about this, getting married in flight school. What you think about it? Is it advisable? Is it something you will want to do? Is this something you think is possible, that can be managed? Because okay, here in flight school, have I ever seen someone that got married here? Yes, I have seen a lady. One of the sets that I saw before, like they graduated, since I came NCAT. Yes, I've seen a lady that has gotten married here in flight school. Okay, this is like killing two birds with one stone. Yes, like getting married, getting your license, and graduating with the two of them, if possible, like getting a child. Yes, is possible in an organized system where maybe you want to do your whole ground school, and you believe, okay, you can spend 6 months or 8 months, you want to do both the PPL ground school and CPL ground school together, if possible ATPL ground school together, then later you go for all the flying. I think it's fine. It's something you can like put together and manage, and you can use all those periods of your ground school if you think you're not going to be flying to do it. But for the flying aspect, I don't think you can really manage much of having pregnancy and like doing the flying part. It's going to be very, very hectic. Like guys, it's going to be very, or that's what I think, because like I said, we have so many super people, like they can do super things. So I think if you feel you can manage it, then you can manage it. But if you feel you can manage it, then I don't think you should push or press for it. Yes, that's another thing we need to talk about. What about the medical health? That's another thing. Do you know that even after the pregnancy, you will need to bring a medicals that shows that you are fit again to fly? Now, the previous medicals you would have done would have been null and void, or would have not existed anymore, because now your body has gone through so many changes, and the aviation medical examiner will have to like examine to say that you are fit now to fly. So that alone, the pregnancy alone is like I said, the moment you're pregnant, first of all, your license ceases to exist. Like you can no longer fly. That's what law says, that's what the book says. There are exceptions, because NCAT can allow you fly. Only with the permission of NCAT they can allow you fly. So that's why I say there are exceptions. But now, even during this period, after your body has gone through that process and all, you will need an aviation medical examiner to examine you and say that you're fit to fly. So that's another thing, your medical health. And if I would not like to really push it, I would not like to really stress it, because like I said, the aircraft is not even so comfortable enough to take one person to even fly and fly safe, not to talk of taking yourself, another person inside you. Guys, I really don't know how that's going to feel like, and I don't even want to know how it's going to feel like. Actually, well, I'm just saying my mind, I'm just saying my own point, what I think this whole thing is going to be like. So that's what I have for you guys today, Sha, concerning getting married in flight school. Is it possible? Is it not possible? How do you manage it? It's a good thing. Marriage is a good thing, but you just have to know like when to like plan it, how to like put it. So if you're a lady and you're thinking that's one of the major things in your mind, probably you want to get married, I think you should really consider. Okay, Yomi, are we thinking about a loan isn't okay for me? Even for both sides, either I'm the student pilot or my fiance. I don't believe in multitasking. It's unnecessary stress for both parties. Actually, you're so right. You're so right. The truth is, if you can wait, why not rush? Definitely, like once the whole thing is over, you're going to have enough time with that person. You're going to have enough time. Moreover, nobody's taking the person away from you, or nobody in quote is taking the person away from you. So if you know that you're committed to this person and this person is committed to you, then I think it's something you can wait. You don't have to like rush it. But some people will come up with things, just like I'm saying, some people come up with things like marriage is not just there, so it's something you can move along with life, all those kind of stuff. Edward Timothy, well, is based on their marriage or family plan, assuming there's no hospital in NCAT. What will happen if the person in her time of labor actually said you can't even continue to stay? I don't think you can continue to stay even in flight school during that period. I don't think so. I don't think it's possible. They are going to like write you an official letter. You just see that if they find out, they might just write you like an official letter. Now I'm talking about Nigerian system. I really don't know how it's done like outside Nigeria. If you can still have your child and still be going to flight school, or because they'll just like write you an official letter and be like, okay, they notice that you are blah 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 blah, and probably you should go for a medical check for them to be sure, not to make assumptions. Then after they finish telling you that, then or when you're done, like you can resume flight school back. I don't think they're going to even allow you like stay in flight school throughout that process of the pregnancy. I doubt if it's going to happen. Ismalia Saidu, welcome. I think this is the first time I'm seeing this name on this channel, on our live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's nice having you here. You can ask your aviation questions, flight school questions, but funny enough, today we are talking about, is it possible for you to get married in flight school? So if you have any questions relating to this topic, or maybe getting into flight school, or any question at all, you can just leave them now in the comment section before the end of this live stream, but even after the end of the live stream, because I'm still going to be leaving the video, so you can like leave the comments your question, then we'll treat it during that process. Okay, Edward Timothy, can you still come back after a pregnancy? Yes, that's if you are confirmed to be medically fit. The person obviously can come back if the aviation medical examiner confirms that the person is fit, because that's where another problem comes into place. Medicals, like there's no license without medicals. Everything go together, like they all go together. If you don't have a medical license, a medical certificate, your license cannot be valid, because how will they know that the person flying this aircraft is actually fit? And do you know, medicals is so important that if you have a crash, or if somebody, God forbid, I don't pray for anybody to have a crash here, if somebody has a crash without having as in a current medicals, the insurance company will not pay for that aircraft, because both of us know that every aircraft that is flown, especially in flight schools, airlines, and all, these aircrafts are insured, and insurance company, they always try as much as possible to stay within the limits. If anything happens to an aircraft during operation and they discover that the person's medical is not even available, or the person's medical has expired, or there's something wrong with the person's medical, guys, I'm telling you the truth, insurance will just run over it and be like, the pilot wasn't fit, blah blah blah. They will give some stories on the ground and say this person wasn't fit to like fly the aircraft, and before you know, money will disappear and they will not pay. So that's why medicals is very, very important. So even if you go for like 2 years, you say you want to solve your family issues and everything, the moment you come back, you will likely have to do, for pregnancy, definitely you have to bring an aviation medical examiner's report saying that you're fit to fly. For guys, if you leave and your medical expires, then that's all for that. Okay, yeah, I've answered about medical health. Fair Gorgeous Beauty, please reply my question. I've answered that question, except there's another question. Okay, and another thing, do you think the husband will be comfortable that you can carry the child to fly? Well, now it's the guys that will be answering those kind of questions for us. If they'll be comfortable to allow their wife fly with pregnancy? I really don't know. As a student pilot, will you want, like, if your wife is a student pilot, will you want her to like fly with pregnancy? First of all, NCA might not give her that approval because training is even different from commercial reasons. You know that if you check some airlines, commercial purposes, they will tell you that you can continue to fly till like 6 months. They will tell you you come on board with your papers given by your doctor that you're fit to fly and all that, making sure you don't have complications. That's even commercial flying, when you can even sit as a commercial person, not even when you have the controls. Guys, see, it's different. Somebody that is sitting down enjoying AC in a commercial aircraft flexing is different from someone that's actually handling the controls. These guys have to think, they have to multitask, and I've heard a lot of persons talk about pregnancy and symptoms of pregnancy and all that, and they're like, you have sometimes loss of memory, sometimes like things, sometimes you have mood swings. These are things you don't want to be having in the cockpit. No, but seriously, I'm telling you the truth. These are things you don't want to be having in the cockpit because you will not be coordinated. And coordination is very, very important. In fact, as I'm talking about coordination, I'm remembering one of my instructors. It's always like, you are not coordinated. Coordinate yourself. Coordinate. I can't wait for you guys have this experience of flying. Guys, I'm telling you, it's very, very interesting. Everything that happens in the cockpit is a story. Like, it's super interesting. It gives you a special feeling, like, ooh. And you just have to like be coordinated in the cockpit. And imagine if you're pregnant and you have like, you're losing like your memory space one, twice, like, and you're not coordinated body wise, you're having mood swings, can't relate very well with your captain or with your co-pilot. It's not going to be funny. So I don't know if the husband can allow that. I really don't know about that. Okay, Edo Timothy, can a pilot who is pregnant fly in a commercial airline? I've done tedious study on that, but the peripheral study I did concerning that is actually yes. NCA can give you approval for a while, maybe like 3 months or 4 months for you to fly like commercially. But the question is, will you even want to put yourself in that situation to like fly? It just depends on your own issue, because there's people that during the period of their pregnancy, they are like, everything doesn't go smoothly, like for them. Everything doesn't go like very friendly throughout the whole process for them. They have one issue or the other on all that. So it just depends. And I think it also depends on the SOP for that company, like the standard practices that the company itself has. You have kata. This kata will be thing that we take it likely outside. If you have kata, I heard in the airlines, other persons, they don't want to come and give other persons this disease or this flu, because if everybody's down with kata, there will be nobody to like fly the aircraft. So guys, these things happen. Okay, I will not want to allow that. I will not even get married to you when you are still in school, because you lose focus on your studies. Actually, well, you're the one that thinks about it like this, and it's good to think about it like this. At least you're trying to think for the other party, which is very, very good. You're trying to think for the other party. It's very, very important. We don't also, there's this thing of not being selfish, and I think it's very, very important. It's not good to like be selfish. So guys, talked so much on this one topic, and I think it's time for us to share what you learned today. Tell me what you learned today. It's very, very important. I like to know. As usual, we are supposed to learn something new every day, and when we come for each live stream, we are supposed to like share with ourselves what we've learned new for that day. And we didn't have the live stream yesterday, so if by adventure you want to share with us what you learned yesterday, it will also be nice. But I'd like to know what you learned today. Let's discuss about it. Tell me what you learned today. It's really be fun if we talk about it together. Okay, Fake Gorgeous Beauty, is it possible that if they marry, they can do yeah, that all depends on the couple. If they marry, if they decide to do family planning beautiful, wonderful. That means they are telling themselves that yes, we'll have to wait till after flight training. Beautiful, nice for them, which will help them achieve better in the flying. Then after the flying, then they can decide to go all out, have 10 children, 20 children, 40 children, as much as possible. I'm just kidding, guys. Who wants to have 20 children? I'm just kidding. Yeah, but it's good, like, if they do family planning. Like, I think, thanks for that suggestion. I think it will be very, very important if they do family planning. So, guys, like I was saying, I would like to know what you learned today. I'll give you time to like leave a comment. Tell me what you learned today. It's very, very important. I would like to know. Okay, I stayed with my sister while she was pregnant, and it wasn't funny at all. You said you were even scared. We are just seeing this thing from the ladies as perspective. Is it that guys, when they get pregnant, correction, guys don't get pregnant. Is it that guys, when they get married, there's no effect on them? Because we are all talking about this ladies part. Is it that guys, they don't have any parts that affects them? Well, you can talk about that. If you think there's any part that affects them, I'd like to know. But let's talk about what we learned today. Like, during the course of your day, what did you learn? So that we can discuss about that. And go and have a wonderful night rest. Thank yourself is weekend, so we have more time to like be productive and do more and more wonderful things before the week ends. Before the week actually begins. A new week begins. So share with me what you learned today. I'll just be here waiting for that. I learned to be patient, courageous, and do what is right at all times by the grace of God. Thank you so much for sharing that. Actually, anything that is worthwhile, worth getting, actually, you need to have a lot of patience. And if you definitely want to get to your goals, your aspirations, then being courageous is also very, very advisable. Elder Timothy, thank you very, very much for saying this tonight. And I think this is also a message to me. Be patient, be courageous in everything you want to do by the grace of God. Yeah, we are always trusting God to help us because He has the final say over our lives, especially in what's going on around us at this point in time. I think this is really like for the world at large, not just for Nigeria, not just for US, not just for UK, not just for Italy, not just for China, not just for all these countries facing these big issues. I think just for the world at large. And I think we should be patient because whatever started, whatever has a beginning definitely has an end. And so let's just trust God that this whole, like, I was not so happy when Classic Derek said in the last live stream that his exams were cancelled till like next year because of this whole ramble of this pandemic and all this all around. So I think it's good that we are patient at this time and very, very courageous. This phase will definitely pass away. Elder Timothy, thank you so much for sharing with us. So we are waiting for the others so we can conclude on today's live stream. Okay, Fair Gorgeous Beauty, I learned that there is time for everything. God plans for us. Okay, God's plans for us is the best. Yeah, there's time for everything. True. Time to read, time to play, time to sleep, time to be happy. Every time, in fact, every time you're supposed to be happy. Though there are times when things happen and you're not so happy. So yes, I agree, there's time for everything, and there's time for everything. Yeah, very, very important. And God's plans for us are definitely the best. Any plan you think you have for yourself, I tell you, it's not as sweet as the kind of plan God has for you, because His plan for us is always, like, always the best. So I think we should also trust Him more, be patient. Still linking back to what Elder Timothy said, I think we should be more patient with God. We should not just run into things by ourselves. Be more patient and believe that the plans that God has for you is the best. He wants the best plans for you. So okay, I think we are quite okay with this too. If you still want to comment, let me know so that I don't just end the live stream without knowing what you learned. I can see more people are also here. You can share with us what you learned today. It's something that we can benefit from. There's no, it's always good to learn something new every day, learn something new every day. So I'm waiting to know or to hear your part of what you learned today. Okay, Yomi Awe. Today I met a friend and he put me through on a digital marketing. Okay, on digital marketing using Google Ads. That is superb. In fact, I had a conversation with one of my colleagues today, and we're talking about the industries that are now thriving, because obviously we know that a lot of persons now are working from home because of this whole world issue, stay in the house and all that. And now we were just trying to analyze the industries. We know that the media industry is really moving, the IT industry is really moving, agriculture, because whether you say people should stay at home or not, people would definitely have to eat. So guys, this industry too is also moving. And if you have an opportunity to learn a new skill that has to do with the IT industry, I think it would be so nice. Anything that has to do with creating stuff, learning a new skill that has to do with the internet, passing on a message in the internet, I think it's something that you should learn, because people are making so much money from this nowadays, and it's a good one. I'm going to say it's a good one. So well done, Yomi Awe. I hope you fully learned that, and I hope you like learn more soft skills. I think they are called soft skills. They're not skills you can actually show that okay, this is what I've learned, hard stuff and all that. They are called soft skills, and I think we should invest more in learning the soft skills, because this is where the world is going to. IT, everybody needing internet everywhere, everybody needing to communicate one way or the other, like through the internet. So I think it is a good thing. It's a good thing. So guys, thank you so much for joining in today. I have to do like a shout out to everyone that joined in today's live stream. So I'm just going to call you guys names. You guys are just the best. In fact, thank you, Fair Gorgeous Beauty, for being here tonight. Ephraim, thanks for being here tonight. Like, I really appreciate Edward Timothy. Thank you. Edward Timothy is always in the live streams. Thank you so much for always commenting, asking about my day and all that. Like, I really appreciate. Uh Yomi Awe, thanks for being here tonight. Yomi Awe, thank you so much for being here. Like Ismaila Sahido, though after your first comment I didn't see any other comment, but it's nice. Thank you for joining us in today's live stream. We really appreciate your presence. Like, it's really nice that you're here. So guys, thank you very much. And for everyone that shared what they learned today, Fair Gorgeous Beauty, Edda Timothy, Yomi Awe, I really appreciate. I've learned so much today, and I hope to like put into practice the patience, being courageous, learning some soft skills, knowing that God has the best plans for me. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. So guys, till we meet next time, even in the next live stream, like it's always by 10 p.m. If you're just at home thinking of what to do, just wait for every 10 p.m. and we are going to be here discussing about aviation, motivation, and adventure. And if you're new here and you've not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and click on that bell, so that whenever I post any video, you'll be able to see it. Till we meet next time on the same channel, guys. Bye.